Thank you for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Okay, I hope you have your petty tea because we're going to get right into it. Well, on and off, but my channel is as messy as my life, of course. So, back to this whole snaps and everything. And I'm hearing there are lawsuits and all different types of stuff going on. By the time this is up, hopefully, hopefully those heartless, no good bigots in the White House will be giving the people who are in need what they need. But yeah, they need to get a heart. That's what they need to do. But that's just my opinion, of course. That's just my opinion. Because yeah, they have billions of dollars to build a ballroom. And it's really funny how the Republicans keep saying, we're not going to pay for that. We're not going to pay. What happened to the wall? What happened to the wall? What do you say about the wall, baby, sweetheart? It's like, you remember that? Remember, we're like, yeah, mm-hmm. So, all right. But anyway, I'm gonna mind my business. Well, that is my business because I'm part of this country. But yeah, I'm just, yeah. Let's just say it's interesting. Let's just say it is interesting. Because back to the debate that I had with that jerk, I haven't talked to him in years. I hope he found his Republican match. I know his ex wife is black and she left him with the daughter to for a man at the islands and everything like that. So I part of me is like, I don't know if I hope he found someone similar to her or opposite of her or whatever. But either way, I hope he found someone to make him happy. But like, well, I keep doing okay. With the debate, it just and I've had a few debates, so I might go back and forth and talk about different ones because there was one where there was this African American guy who he kept just saying, I want to talk to you, I want to talk to you. Once you talk to me, it's like you're gonna beg to be with me. You're gonna be on your knees to be with me. And yeah, when I say on my knees, I was like, okay, I get it. I get it. And I remember talking to him about politics, and he was one of the ones who was saying how you know you're not a real woman, right? Real women would know not to talk about that. When it comes to dating, women just need to be attracted to who they're attracted to and find that man as their leader and do as he says. And I've heard that a lot from men, but especially more moderate conservative black men. I've heard that a lot from them. And that's one reason why, like, and this is the funny thing. Okay, back to Zach tattoos and a lot of the colonizing men from this country. On my dating profiles, I say I will not date MAGA Republican, you know, anyone on the right or whatever. And I word it differently on different apps depending. Well, actually, no. I copied and pasted it in Scout, Plenty of Fish, and Meet Me because that, and they're the same one anyways, but it's worded differently on Facebook. But you know what? I think I'm going to actually copy and paste it because it's really funny. The like at first the guys that I was matching up with were kind of better on Facebook, but it's at a point with technology where men aren't matching to date, they're just matching for ego. They're matching for confidence booster and or they want to talk to a woman and try to convince her that they have a chance with him and then they just yeah, I don't know, it's just really odd or interesting. So, but on all of my dating profiles, I say that I am on the left. I'm a liberal, progressive, stuff like that. And with some of the debates that I've had, especially Scout, Plenty of Fish, Meet Me, that group, because owned by the same company, you do not know how many men have told me that I'm not being ladylike, and how many men are like, "You're too beautiful to talk about politics." It's like you just need to focus on your beauty. You need to get more expensive hair. The hair that you have, that's cheap. I get that from black men. And well, no, actually, I've gotten it. There's this one awful, terrible, stupid idiot from down south. I know it's not. I'm trying to remember which state, but it's somewhere down south. He wrote me 2 or 3 times, and each time he was like, "I want to snatch that wig off your face. Oh, you're bald headed under there." It's like, and he, because I'm not a Republican, because I'm not going to date anybody on the right. But a lot of the colonizing men on the right, they say that I'm racist because I won't date anyone on the right. Do you know how many times colonizing right MAGA men have told me that I'm racist? Mm. Just think about that. Because we got to dig into that. Because how, let's define racism. Because that goes by race. I mean, if is there an ism based off of political standing? You can call me that, because I will not date anybody on the right. So if you're going to accuse me of an ism, then it's probably going to be politicalism. If that's a thing, I don't know. We'll look it up. But it's like, and at the same time, it is my body. It is my life. Why would I volunteer to live a life of hell? It's like, and it's crazy because so many men tell me politics don't matter. But yeah, don't bring up vaccinations. Don't bring up education. Don't bring up adoption and foster homes. Don't bring up if a woman has a miscarriage or if she has had a miscarriage. Don't bring up body count. And some people say body count isn't political, but it can. The way they try to control women's bodies, and then it's like even with my ex, Mr. No Heart, throughout our entire relationship, he would kind of like surprise quiz me. How many men have you been with? What's your body count? But he would tell me it doesn't matter how many women he's been with. I don't need to know that. He needs to know. I am obligated to tell him. That boy was choking on that red pill. Probably still is choking on that red pill. But if you've been listening, you already know he knows about my channel. He knows about it. But he's so stupid because he had the nerve to. Yeah, I'm messy. Remember, I'm as messy as my life. My channel is as messy as my life. Yes, it is. But yeah, he so-called needed to find me. Baby, we never been married, and I don't have your baby. God worked that. Yeah, but I don't have your baby. We're not married. And when I asked for my possessions about 4 or 5 years ago, you told me no. You told me no. You said I had to strengthen up and get better so that I can get back in my car and drive to you. He said if I wanted my possessions, I would have to drive to him to get them, even though he would drive by my house when he goes and see his mother. Yeah. But I don't know, it's just, people say politics have nothing to do with dating when, with that relationship, with so many relationships, like the reasons of breaking up, because, oh, It's like, yeah, you think I'm like, it's like, yeah, I'm on topic, off topic, but the off topic is to get back on topic. Throughout my dating life, and one reason why I have the list of standards is because of how men would treat me. Because I'm not going to say I'm different from any other woman. I'm not. But I'm also not cookie cutter. All women, we're not cookie cutters. We're different. But so many men expect us to be cookie cutter. They want that stereotypical woman that they can convince to submit to them so that they could behave to be exactly who they want us to be. They want us to dress how they want us to dress. They want us to act and cook and clean and bend over or whatever. Like, oh, well, some of the okay, you know what? I'm gonna do a whole episode on it, but I'm gonna say this right here, right now, for the ladies who need this. If a man tries to tell you how you have to enjoy yourself, intimacy wise, run, run as fast. Like if you have a disability, like scooter, walker, whatever you gotta do, leave. Okay, because it's like with no heart and lock a key, whatever. Ooh, but then even after, it's like, do you know how many men told me that I'm not a real woman because I wouldn't let them, let's just say, squeeze their hand around my neck and other things. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that there. I'll do another episode on just that subject, but and it's not political, but it is like the way that some of them want to dehumanize women for their power, for their control. It's kind of degrading and awful, but then they feel like they're obligated. They think that women are property, and even the history of the misses and the marriage and how women were property. And I think this year is a 50th anniversary of women being able to get their own bank accounts or like a home mortgage, something like that. So, congratulations to us ladies, to us women. And that's what I'm going to be working even harder on my business, which kind of leads me back to the subject. But I'm going to be working even harder so that, I can, get that house and everything. Because, okay, we're going to talk money. We're going to talk money and politics and men. One reason why I end up single is like with Mr. No Heart, I got tired. I was tired because he didn't want me. He didn't love me. He didn't like me. He liked my money. He loved my money. He wanted my money. Even like I was in so much pain working 2 or 3 jobs. He wanted my money. That's it. And while I was saving for the house back then, I had to listen to the episodes and you'll know why. Yeah. Yeah, because disability is expensive and getting diagnosed is extremely expensive and it's a nightmare. So, but it's, I was saving up for a house, I was investing my money and everything, but I realized that I'll get you a puppy once you buy a house. I didn't put two and two together until later because at first I'm like, okay, you're gonna buy me a puppy, but then part of me was just like, okay, I thought it was odd, but he knows I've always wanted to have my own house dog. I love dogs. They're so cute. Like, they're a lot better than men. A lot. So, but then I realized he's doing that because he wants to be able to be in the house. He wants to probably, like, once I buy the house, he's thinking that he'll be able to be in the house. And from the beginning, he told me he would never be my white knight. He would never help me or save me. But he's expecting me to bust my tush off to buy a house so that he could live in it. Yeah. I put two and two a little late, but I figured it out. I figured it out. With a lot of men, they have issues with women who are financially literate, and or that they're learning, and or that they're determined, or that they have financial goals and things. Because my ex knew I wanted to start my own business, and he knew I wanted to start different streams of businesses, so that, like, if anything happens to me or whatever, I will still have money coming in, and I won't have to be scared about my life situation or whatever. Oh, but he but even with the investing, he would mock me and tease me before dating him and after dating him with other guys. Oh, you think you're going to invest? That's stupid. It's like, why don't you buy more expensive clothes? Why don't you buy this dress? Oh, I want to see you in this dress, baby. Oh, it's like, look at this top. Oh, these are going to make them look so perky. Why don't you? It's like, a lot of men only wanted me to use my money so that I would be able to entertain their eyes. And it was kind of pathetic, but then a lot of them didn't have enough money to put gas in their tank or to go to the movies, and some people are like, why would you go out with men like this? Not a lot of men would want to go out with a woman that walked like I do. So back then I thought I had to settle, but now I've realized that I I need to love myself enough to be by myself. And I'm still on the dating apps, matching and being highly disappointed. But when I'm highly disappointed, I'm just like, you know what? It just wasn't to be. And it's back to the financial part. You do not know how many men, when they would be asking me, what are you doing? Sometimes I say, or most of the time I say I'm working on my projects, and or like, I'm a nerd. So either watching a documentary, watching anime, but then also sometimes I'm researching financial advice and things while I get my businesses together. And I know a few weeks ago I was talking to a guy, but I was looking up different way options for being disabled, that maybe I can start a business bank account and how that works, so that, like, I can try to start my business as someone with a disability. And it's like just different programs, different options, because I don't know, like, remember, I wasn't diagnosed until my 30s. Yeah. I'm not even like, it's pretty sad how late in my 30s, but I'm learning. I don't know any of this, and trying to start my own business, trying, like, after all of my education. So I'm paying off student debt. I am, like, trying to start the businesses. I'm physical therapy and all the doctor's appointments, and then even natural remedies, because, like, there's some items that I'm finding that helps, like, allow my medication to last longer. So paying for that out of pocket, whatever, whatever. But, and, just some of these men are just so ridiculous. Because I've told you guys, I've mentioned a few times, there's this one guy where I was telling him that I was looking, like, I wasn't looking up the bank account kind of stuff, but I was looking up this new website, because, like, I started a database for when I finally get my life back together, I can invest and continue my goals financially. And he told me that women are not supposed to invest. And he said, why don't we take that money out and we can go on a trip, we can go on a cruise, and we can enjoy ourselves. And I'm just like, so are you going to pay for yours? And he was like, no, you have enough money for both of us. And I'm like, I don't even know you. We've only been talking on the phone for like 2 or 3 weeks. And he was just like, well, we can get to know each other on the trip. These men act like I'm dumb. And because that's when I started laughing. And he yelled at me, you're laughing at me? I'm serious. You don't think that would be so cool? You don't think? I was like, no, it would be cool if I'm on a trip with my money. Mm-hmm. It would be amazing if I was on a trip with my money, but you think I'm going to spend my money on you and I don't know you? I don't know you. Huh. It's like I dated Mr. No Heart for 7 years. No, I would have never paid for a trip. It's like he had that gas money because he said he was going to pay me back. He said he was going to have my back. But yeah, that's why words are words, actions are actions. And he found out about my channel because now he's saying, call and text me. Boy, I never blocked you. So how stupid are you? How stupid are you? I've never blocked you. You never texted or called me. You ignored me when I needed you the most. You mocked my investing. It's like, oh, until when Intel and the other computer chip company, when their stocks were starting to go up, oh, I think you need to buy from these stocks. I already did. No, no, I mean these stocks. Look at my computer. I already did months ago. How did you know this was like, I've done research and I've looked up like different like technology stock people and they've already given the heads up months ago. I've owned it for like, yeah, so it's just kind of funny where he mocked me for over a year and a half, but then as soon as it piqued his interest with a specific one, he's going to tell me to invest in it. Boy, get your money together and invest on your own. And honestly, I hope he did. I hope he does because it's like he loves technology. So I think maybe he should have a portfolio that focuses on technology. That would be outstanding and amazing for him because he's interested in the subject anyway. Most of the YouTubers that he watches are in that subject matter. So bada boom, bada bing. And I mean, there's just been a lot of men though. Whenever I talk money, whenever I talk saving, whenever I talk business, that's not ladylike. Women aren't supposed to do that. See, that's why you don't have children. You're supposed to focus on children. That's what's wrong with you. Yeah, men have told me this. It's like you care more about your money than you do babies. No, I care about my money so I can afford to have babies. And I haven't found the right man. So while I look for the right man, I'm trying to allow my money to grow. I'm planting seeds for it to grow so that when I do have babies, it's like I'm not going to always say yes to them. Of course, I need to give them limits. At the same time, I will always be able to provide. I hopefully will never be like, I'm trying to create investments to the point where they will never be in need. That's what I'm trying to do. And it's like, if like layoffs or hard times, recessions or whatever, I will have enough backup to where we're going to be okay. It will be okay. That's what I'm trying to do. But a lot of men, they automatically think I don't care about having kids or like they don't know me at all. It's like the way that I was raised. Yeah, I tell you guys a lot about the hard times, but I paid attention to what my parents did. And they, when it comes to money, they are some of the smartest people I know with money. The things that I have learned from them, the tricks that I have learned from them with finances and things. And it's, oh my gosh. And I've learned some from Oprah too. Because, okay, here is something that is hilarious with Mr. No Heart. Because one trick that my family has done that has saved us probably hundreds of dollars are Ziploc bags. Like getting Ziploc bags and just throwing them away, it's like you end up throwing so many away. But we learned this on Oprah like 10, 15, 20 years ago, whatever. Like, oh my gosh, probably over 20 years ago. Dang. But and we've done this ever since. We heard Oprah talk about it. But Oprah says that she cleans and reuses her Ziploc bags. Once we heard that out, because I remember my sister and we taped the episode, like, because my mom was a teacher. And so when we get home, when my sister and I get home from school, we go to the TV, we put a tape in the VCR, and we wait for the Oprah song. We press record, so then our mom would be able to watch Oprah when she gets home. That was our daily thing, or whatever. And sometimes we would sit and watch it, but sometimes we went upstairs and watched Ghost Rider and Sailor Moon and stuff. So you know. Oh, and Wishbone. Oh my gosh. If you know, you know about Wishbone. Oh, he was so cute too. With all of that, and I just have to say, like, my parents taught me so much, again, about saving money. And yes, I had a terrible relationship my with both parents for a long time. It's just now over the last 5 years gotten better with my father, especially since my diagnosis. It's changed a lot, but yeah, let's just say disability life, and versus family. So, with the Ziploc bags and everything like that, got it from Oprah, learned it from her, and she told it to her audience and everything like that, and it works. Have done it for over 20 years, saved a lot of money, and I will never forget when he witnessed me washing the bag, and he was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "What is that? What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm washing a Ziploc bag." You should have seen the little toddler tantrum because he looked at me, looked at the Ziploc bag, and just like kind of like started shaking, like, ugh, ugh. And it's like, boy, said you not like, excuse me. It's like, it was so stupid and immature. And and part of me's thinking, if Oprah, if Oprah does this, and like she's a multimillionaire, and she does this to save money, like, see, and I've noticed and realized something, especially when it comes like the poor versus the rich. The poor wants to look rich. The poor keeps chasing money. The poor keeps trying to have the look of things, because even when a lot of these poor men are on dating apps, they always want to show pockets of money on the table. They want to show their car. They want to show some watches. They want to show their name brand outfit. But then, other than that name brand outfit or those few material things, they have nothing to their names. Their credit score is dismal, is disgusting. But then when you see rich people, that's one reason that's one reason the rich keeps getting away with stealing from the poor. It's like, that's one reason. They know many tricks of the trade. They know how to convince people. They know how to use their words in order to take over, and they use those words to take action. Okay, they know. It's like, sometimes it's disgusting to watch as I see the rich take from the poor, as I see the rich like steal and take over, and then almost create monopolies even. But yeah, that's a different story for a different day. But when when poor people have the nerve to judge someone else based on what they have or don't have, and even back to the cell phone episode, when people try to judge you based off your cell phone, because I think it's hilarious especially when some men have told me they will not date me because I have an Android phone. Thank you for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I'm of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human, and you're human too.